Imagine this: a quiet house before sunrise, the world still asleep. But in one small room, a single light flickers on. A mother sits at a wooden table, worn from years of use, holding a book in one hand and hope in the other. Across from her sits a child, tired eyes, messy hair, fighting the weight of sleep. 4:30 a.m. Every morning. No excuses, no shortcuts, just two people choosing a better future. She didn't have money. She didn't have luxury, but she had belief. Belief that knowledge could break any wall, unlock any door, and rewrite any destiny. And every time her child complained, she didn't yell. She didn't argue. She simply looked up and said, "This isn't easy for me either, but greatness never is." We all start somewhere. Some start with parents who can give them everything. Some start with barely anything at all. And some start with a broken home, missing pieces that no one can replace. But here's the truth no one ever tells you. Your beginning is not your ending. Your struggles are not your limits. And your past is not your prison. Maybe you grew up in a place where dreams felt too expensive. Maybe your father wasn't there. Maybe your mother worked double shifts. Maybe the environment around you felt too heavy, too loud, too dangerous. Maybe friends pressured you into things you weren't proud of. Maybe you failed more times than you want to admit. But listen closely. You are not your mistakes. You are not your hardships. You are not the doubts people placed on your name. You are the decision you make right now. There is something inside you. A writer, an inventor, a leader, a creator, a voice that can move nations, a mind that can solve problems we haven't even discovered yet. But you will never meet that version of yourself unless you try, unless you push, unless you choose to rise when quitting feels easier. Everyone sees success and thinks it's magic. They think it's luck. They think it's talent. But real success, the kind that lasts, is born from early mornings, late nights, and days when you want to give up but don't. You may not love every subject. You may not connect with every teacher. You may not understand everything at once. Good. You're not supposed to. You grow by trying, failing, learning, trying again, and refusing to stop. Michael Jordan missed thousands of shots. J.K. Rowling was told no 12 times. Greatness is not handed to anyone. It is built in silence, in struggle, in persistence. So if you mess up, try again. If you get a bad grade, study again. If you fall behind, get up again. Your future is not fixed, it's forged. Ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you're strong enough to keep going. Find the adult, the friend, the mentor who believes in you. But even if you don't find one, believe in yourself anyway, because giving up on your goals is giving up on the version of you that the world desperately needs. Your community needs you. Your country needs you. The future needs you. Every dream you chase, every skill you sharpen, every challenge you overcome builds the world we all live in tomorrow. You are not just studying for yourself. You are studying for the doctor who will save lives, the engineer who will build the impossible, the leader who will inspire millions, the child who will look up to you someday and say, "Because of you, I didn't give up." So make your promise today, not to me, not to your teacher, not to your parents. Make it to yourself. Choose discipline. Choose focus. Choose effort. Choose the future you deserve, because greatness is waiting for you, not at the finish line, but at the next step you choose to take. Your destiny starts now, and the pen is in your hands. Write something powerful. Part 2. The moment you decide to rise. Picture this. Weeks have passed. The sun rises the same way. The world moves the same way. But you feel something shifting inside. It's subtle at first. A spark, a whisper, a voice that says, "Maybe I can do better. Maybe I can become more." And that small whisper is the beginning of everything. One morning, you open your notebook. The pages feel heavy, not because of the work written on them, but because of everything you dream of becoming. For the first time, you don't study because someone forces you. You don't push yourself because you're scared of failing. You push because something in you whispers, "I'm not done yet." You don't want to remain ordinary. You don't want to be another forgotten story. You don't want life to decide your destiny. You want to write it yourself. But here's the truth no one sees from the outside. Change doesn't happen in one big moment. It happens in tiny steps, small choices that eventually turn into massive results. The day you choose to stop procrastinating, the moment you choose to open the book instead of the phone, the decision to practice one more time, the courage to say, I don't understand this, but I will. These are the moments that build champions. And yes, there will be days when you feel tired again, days when you doubt yourself, days when you fall back into old habits. But listen carefully. Falling down is part of the journey. Staying down is a choice. You are learning. You are evolving. You are growing from the person you were yesterday, not competing with anyone else. One evening, as you sit at your desk, your mother walks past the door. She sees you bend over your work, focused, determined, unstoppable. For a moment, she smiles, not because of the books, but because she sees the fire in your eyes, the same fire she tried so hard to light. At 4:30 in the morning, all those years ago, and she silently whispers, now you see what I saw. This is your turning point, your transformation. The version of you who once made excuses is slowly being replaced by the version of you who makes progress. The world might not see it yet, but soon they will. Soon, they will witness the rise of someone they once underestimated. Soon, you will become the example. That proves where you start, doesn't determine where you finish. So keep going, not for the applause, not for the recognition, not for the world. Do it because there is a future version of you waiting to thank you. Do it because you deserve a life that reflects your effort, your courage, your sacrifice. Do it because one day, a child will look at you the way you once looked at your mother. Part 3. The rise they can no longer ignore. There comes a moment in every journey when silence becomes power, when effort becomes transformation, when the world finally begins to notice what you have been building in the dark. For you, that moment is now. Weeks turn into months. Your discipline becomes routine. Your routine becomes identity. Your identity becomes strength. The same people who once doubted you now watch you closely. They don't say it out loud, but deep down they feel it. You are becoming someone different. Your confidence isn't loud, but it's real. Your focus isn't forced. It's natural. Your dreams aren't fantasies. They're plans. And slowly, you step into a version of yourself that you never thought possible. One afternoon, you walk into class. The room goes silent for a second, not because you're intimidating, but because there's something new in your presence. A calm power, a quiet sharpness. You sit down, open your notebook, and suddenly people who never noticed you before want to sit closer, listen more, ask for your help. They see the glow. They feel the shift. They recognize the rise. But they don't know the battles you fought to get here. They don't know about the early mornings. They don't know about the nights you cried quietly. They don't know about the failures you turned into fuel. They don't know about the heaviness you carried and refused to let break you. You earned this change. You built it with your own hands. One evening, as you revise your notes, you remember who you used to be. Lost, distracted, easily frustrated, always looking for shortcuts, always doubting yourself. But that person feels distant now, a shadow of a past you've outgrown. You don't miss them. You honor them, because without them, you wouldn't be here. Every mistake you made became a lesson. Every setback became a stepping stone. Every moment of weakness became the foundation of your strength. And then comes the day that changes everything. Your teacher hands back an assignment. People around you flip through their papers, some smiling, some disappointed. You look down at yours and pause, not because of the grade, but because of the realization it brings. You did this. You earned this. You turned effort into achievement. Asterisk, asterisk. It's not the paper that matters. It's the proof. The proof that discipline works. The proof that you are capable. The proof that you are no longer the person you used to be. As you walk home that day, the sun sets behind you. The sky burns gold and orange, as if the world itself is applauding your journey. You breathe deeply, not with exhaustion, but with pride. You smile, not because you've reached the end, but because you finally understand. The success you've been chasing was never far away. It was waiting for you to become the person capable of holding it. And now, you are that person. But listen carefully. This is not your pinnacle. This is your beginning. There are new mountains to climb, new dreams to chase, new levels of strength, discipline, and greatness to unlock. Your story is just starting, and the world is finally watching. Part 4. The Price of Greatness. Listen closely, because this is the part most people never want to hear. This is the part they skip, the part they run away from, the part that separates average from unstoppable. Greatness demands a price. Not money, not fame, not luck, not connections. It demands you, your sweat, your discipline, your late nights when everyone else is asleep, your early mornings when the world hasn't even opened its eyes, your consistency on days when your heart is tired and your mind wants to quit. People love motivation, but they don't love sacrifice. People love success, but they don't love the grind that builds it. Let me tell you something real. Every dream you're chasing has a gate, and that gate is guarded by pain, by doubt, by fear, and by every excuse you've ever believed about yourself. If you walk toward your dream casually, you will be pushed back. If you walk toward it without commitment, you'll never reach it. If you walk toward it only when it's convenient, you'll spend your whole life watching others live the life you wanted. But the person who wins is the one who keeps walking even when the gatekeeper shouts, "You're tired. You're not good enough. You've failed before. Stop." The one who wins is the one who answers back, "Yes, I'm tired. Yes, I've failed. Yes, I've been doubted, laughed at, judged. But I'm still here." That's power, not perfection, persistence. Because every time you refuse to quit, weakness loses a little more power over you. Fear shrinks, discipline strengthens, and one day, without even noticing it, you break through the gate that once terrified you. Greatness isn't for the chosen few. It's for the consistent few, the ones who wake up every day and say, "I might not be there yet, but I'm not turning back." And if you're listening to this right now, you are one of them. You just need to step forward and keep stepping. Part 5, The Battle Within. If Part 4 was about the price of greatness, then Part 5 is about the battlefield where that price is paid. And that battlefield is not the world, not the competition, not your environment. It's inside you. Every single day you wake up, the first enemy you face is not failure, not doubt, not poverty, not stress, not your past. It's the version of yourself that wants to stay the same, the version that wants comfort, wants routine, wants the easy path, wants the familiar, wants the predictable. That version of you is powerful because it knows everything that scares you. It knows your insecurities, your weaknesses, your fears, your regrets. It knows how to whisper to you in the quiet moments. Not today. You're too tired. You'll start tomorrow. It's not the right time. You've already failed before. And sometimes you listen because that voice sounds like safety. But listen carefully. Your comfort zone is not your friend. It is your cage. And every day you stay inside it, the cage grows smaller, tighter, heavier, until one day you wake up and realize that you didn't choose your life. Your fear did. But here's the truth they don't teach you. The strongest version of you is not the one who avoids fear. It's the one who walks straight toward it. The strongest version of you is not the one who feels confident, but the one who shows up even when confidence is gone. The strongest version of you is not the one who has perfect discipline, but the one who keeps moving when discipline feels impossible. Because real power doesn't come from winning battles out there. It comes from winning the battle in here, in your mind. Every time you choose action over excuses, you feed the warrior inside you. Every time you choose Part 6, the moment everything changes. There comes a moment in every great journey, a moment more powerful than motivation, more important than talent, more life-changing than any dream you've ever had. It's the moment you finally say, enough. Enough running from your potential. Enough shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. Enough accepting less than what you were created for. Enough waking up every day feeling like you're meant for more, but doing nothing about it. This is the moment when the old you begins to die, and the real you, the unstoppable you, starts to rise. But here's the thing. This moment doesn't come with fireworks. It doesn't come with applause. Nobody will congratulate you. Nobody will understand it. Some won't believe you. Some will laugh at you. Some will wait for you to fail. But that's exactly how transformation works. It begins in silence. The world only sees the results, never the moment when you made the decision. Let me tell you something important. Your life changes the day you stop waiting. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when things are perfect, not when you feel ready. The day you stop waiting and start building, start moving, start learning, start fighting, start becoming the person you've always known you could be. From that moment, life stops happening to you and starts happening because of you. But don't get it twisted. The path won't get easier. You don't suddenly get more time, more support, more money, more confidence. What you get is a new kind of strength, a strength that doesn't come from comfort, but from commitment, a strength that doesn't come from feeling confident, but from refusing to quit, a strength that doesn't come from knowing the whole path, but from trusting the next step. Because once you truly decide, nothing can stop you except stopping. And once you begin moving with that kind of conviction, the universe starts to shift. Doors open that were once locked. Opportunities appear that you never noticed. People show up who push you forward. And suddenly you realize, the life you want isn't far away. It's on the other side of one decision you've been avoiding your whole life. And the moment you make it, the moment you commit with your whole heart, that is the moment everything begins to change. Part 7. The legacy you create. If Part 6 was about deciding to rise, Part 7 is about what happens after you do. Because the story doesn't end when you succeed. The story begins when your success becomes a legacy. Every step you take, every sacrifice you make, every failure you've survived, every early morning, every late night, is not just shaping your life. It's shaping the lives of everyone who will follow. Think about it. The student who sits next to you in class, the sibling watching you quietly at home, the friend who thinks they're struggling alone. They see you. They feel your energy. They know, if they can do it, maybe I can too. Your actions echo louder than words. Your discipline teaches more than a lecture. Your persistence inspires more than a speech. Your courage becomes a roadmap for those who don't yet see their own way. And this is the truth. No matter how far you go, no matter how high you climb, what you leave behind matters more than what you achieve. The world doesn't remember the easiest path. The world doesn't celebrate comfort. The world remembers those who dared to struggle, those who dared to fight, those who refused to settle for anything less than their best. Your legacy doesn't have to be global. It doesn't have to be monumental. It can be as simple as the person who says, I'm going to try one more time. The student who tutors another student. The child who stands up for someone who can't stand up for themselves. Small ripples create massive waves, and every choice you make can become part of a story that lasts far beyond your own life. So here's the challenge. Don't chase success for yourself alone. Don't pursue knowledge for the sake of a grade. Don't work hard only to cross a finish line. Work hard, learn, persist, and rise, so you can lift others while you do. Because the ultimate victory is not reaching the top. It's pulling others up with you. It's proving that greatness isn't born, it's built. And it's built in everyone willing to try. The fire that started inside you in Part 1 is now blazing brighter than ever. And it's no longer just your fire. It's a beacon for everyone around you. A light that says, you can rise, you can overcome, you can create the life you were meant to live, and you can help others do the same. Part 8. Stepping into the light. This is the part most people never reach. The part where courage meets action, where dreams collide with discipline, where effort transforms into influence. Everything you've worked for, every failure you survived, every doubt you crushed, every tear, every early morning, every late night, leads to this moment. It's the moment you stop asking, can I? And start saying, I will. When you step into the light, you see clearly. You see the path others refuse to walk. You see the opportunities that fear once hid from you. You see the version of yourself that everyone else once said was impossible. And then it happens. You begin to move differently. You speak differently. You act differently. You no longer wait for permission. You no longer wait for approval. You no longer let doubt dictate your direction. The world feels different now, not because the world changed, but because you did. You inspire people without trying. You lead without commanding. You uplift without expecting anything in return. Your resilience becomes contagious. Your persistence becomes a standard. Your vision becomes a light in the darkness for others who are lost, who are scared, who are waiting for a sign. And the truth is, you are the sign. Every step forward now has a ripple effect. Every choice you make sends a signal. Greatness is possible. Courage is contagious. Persistence pays off. But stepping into the light isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new challenge. Holding the light steady while you continue to climb higher, while you continue to fight, while you continue to rise. The higher you go, the heavier the responsibility. The more you shine, the more people will watch. The more doors you open, the more paths you must guide. And yet, this is exactly where you belong. Because now you know, it's not about how fast you move. It's not about how far you go. It's about how many people you lift as you rise. It's about how much courage you leave behind. It's about the fire you ignite in others, while never letting your own burn out. So now, take a deep breath. Stand. Part 9, the power of influence. Now that you've stepped into the light, it's time to understand something crucial. Your journey is no longer just about you. It never was. Every choice you make, every action you take, every word you speak carries power, more than you can measure, more than you can imagine. You have the ability to inspire, to uplift, to ignite courage in someone who feels lost, to spark hope in someone who feels defeated. Remember this. Influence is not about fame, money, or recognition. It's about impact. It's in the way you treat people who can do nothing for you. It's in the way you persevere when no one is watching. It's in the way you keep promises, even when it's hard. It's in the courage you show when standing up for what's right. Because when you live with integrity, when you lead by example, when you refuse to compromise your values, people notice, people learn, people follow, and influence grows quietly at first. Then, suddenly, it becomes unstoppable. Your small acts of courage multiply. Your persistence becomes a beacon. Your voice, once uncertain, now echoes in the hearts of many. Think about it. Who inspired you? Who pushed you to believe in yourself when no one else would? Chances are, they didn't do it with speeches or fame. They did it with consistency, action, and courage. Now it's your turn. Not someday. Not when it's convenient. Right now, you have the chance to change a life, to shape a future, to leave a mark that will outlast you. And here's the truth. The more you commit to your journey, the more the world will commit to you. Your talent alone is not enough. Your influence makes it meaningful. So, take responsibility. Own your story. Own your power. And never forget, the strength to rise is nothing without the courage to lift others as you climb. Part 10. Your legacy, your story. This is it. The final chapter of what we've been building together. But it's only the beginning of your real journey. Everything you've learned, every battle you've faced, every fear you've conquered, leads to this moment. Your legacy is in your hands. Legacy isn't about monuments or medals. It's not about recognition or applause. It's about impact. It's about the lives you touch, the people you inspire, the difference you make when no one is watching. Think about the generations that came before you. The students who sat where you sit years ago. The dreamers, the fighters, the visionaries. They changed the world because they refused to settle. Because they chose action over excuses. Because they understood that their story mattered. Now it's your turn. The story of tomorrow is written by the choices you make today, the problems you solve, the courage you show, the knowledge you gain, the fire you refuse to let die. And let me tell you something crucial. You are capable of more than you know. You are stronger than your fears, wiser than your doubts, braver than your past failures. And the world is waiting for you to step fully into your power. Every day, you get to choose. Will you settle for comfort, or will you chase greatness? Will you shrink from the challenge, or will you rise to it? Will you give up, or will you become unstoppable? Your family, your friends, your community, even your country, they are all counting on you, not just to succeed for yourself, but to lift others as you climb. So today, I ask you, what will your story be? What will your legacy look like 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now? Will people remember you for what you took, or for what you gave, for the dreams you chased, for the courage you inspired? You write that story. You shape that legacy. You make the choice every single day to show up, work hard, persist, and never quit. Because when you do, when you truly commit to yourself, to your dreams, and to your people, you won't just live a life. You will ignite a movement. You will light the path for everyone who comes after you. You will become the hero of your own story and the inspiration for countless others. Stand tall, step forward, and make the world remember your name. The journey doesn't end here. It starts now. Make us proud. Make yourself proud. If this message shook your spirit, don't walk away quietly. Do these 10 things. Keycap 1, comment 1 word. Ready? Keycap 2, like the video, because it pushes this message to someone who needs it more than you know. Keycap 3, share this with a brother who's silently fighting his battles. Keycap 4, subscribe to Stoical Mentors, because this is the place where men come to rise, rebuild, and become unstoppable. This is your moment. This is your rebirth. This is your new chapter. And remember, greatness is not an accident. It's a commitment. And today, you committed. I'll see you in the next message, warrior. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Stay unshakable. 2 Fire Stoical Mentors.